Fuck McDonald.
So, McDonald's.
Why does McDonald's make better French fries than any other group of people in the whole fucking world? I couldn't understand it. How is it possible? It's only 2 ingredients. It's just the potatoes and the grease. How the fuck's they doing this shit? Here's the thing, folks. Because nobody that we've ever heard, no ethnicity, has ever fried some potatoes and we was ever like, those is almost McDonald's shit, right? Nobody has ever said it. And I don't mean the good ones. I mean the little last one at the bottom of the thing, be all black. And you say, I'm not gonna eat that one, but you eat it. You eat it, he's salty. Even that fried. So I want to find out how the fuck they make fries better than any fucking body. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. First of all, the potato that McDonald's is using. You ain't never seen this motherfucking potato in your goddamn life. This potato has never been in the store. It ain't never been at no farmer's market. Mexicans have never seen this potato. First of all, the regular potato is like this. The motherfucking McDonald's potato weighs 12 pounds, bitches. All the potatoes around the world, brown on the outside, white on the inside. Not the McDonald's potato. McDonald's potato is white on the inside and white on the outside. It looked like a light bulb in the dirt before they pick it. They flood this whole field with toxic chemicals that'll kill anything that touches the potato. Why? Because if something touches the potato, it'll turn brown. And they put enough to kill anything. A moth, a worm, a bird, a farmer that couldn't mind his motherfucking business trying to see what the fuck is over there. Yeah. The McDonald's potatoes is so toxic by the time they take them out the ground, they gotta lock them away in a vault and leave them there for 3.5 weeks before it's safe to wash them off for the first time. And I can tell by looking at some of you, you don't give a fuck what I just said. They are delicious.
So let's start with the food. Yep, I know it. I know. We all love McDonald's food. It's very nostalgic to us. It's very reminiscent of us as kids. The fries, the nuggets, the quarter pounders, the burgers, all that stuff. I get it. And I know all of us know that the food isn't healthy. Like, I know I'm not shocking anybody. Nobody's watching this and being like, whoa, you just put me on to something. It's like, yeah, the food isn't healthy. And I think we all know that. We just was paying for it because it was cheap, or our parents were getting it because it was cheap and efficient, fast, all that other kind of stuff. And it tastes good. I'm not gonna act like the food doesn't taste good, but I don't think we really understood like how bad the food is, like cancer level bad. Like, it's not just unhealthy in the sense of like, oh, I just got me a cookie for the night. Like, no, this is like a really unhealthy meal.
Do you know what the most toxic fast food item is, consumed by tens of millions of people each year? It's McDonald's French fries. French fries should be made with 3 ingredients: potatoes, salt, and oil. These French fries 18 different ingredients. And after potatoes is a blend of not one, but 4 highly toxic seed oils. Just from these toxic oils alone, people eating these French fries are poisoning their body with pro-inflammatory oils, causing heart disease, diabetes, and a host of other ailments. But on top of that, it contains natural flavors, which is an open window to put just about anything inside of this, sugar, and something called sodium acid pyrosulfate, which helps preserve color, but also a toxin. To top it all off, the salt in these French fries contain 4 ingredients, 2 of which are sugar and sodium silicoaluminate. That food additive contains aluminum, so you want to avoid it. Look, I didn't even get into how the potatoes used to make these perfect French fries are drenched in chemicals, but that's just the cherry on top, making this food the most toxic fast food consumed in the world.
Hold on. McDonald's chicken nuggets contain the carcinogen substance thymine monotrate, which is used in construction to hold rolls together. Let's unpack this. Let's talk about what's really in them chicken nuggets. And I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to inform you. McDonald's nuggets contains a chemical called thymine monotrate. And if you can't say it, that means you shouldn't be eating it. Listed as a vitamin B1 additive, but in excessive synthetic forms. In some cases, they use it as construction bonding agents. According to the National Institution of Health, synthetic additives like that are commonly used in ultra-processed foods, y'all, to improve the shelf life and the texture. They ain't got nothing to do with your health. They're linked to gut inflammation, liver stress, and in some cases, carcinogenic responses when overconsumed.
It's more unhealthy than you might think that it is. McDonald's basically engineers their food so that you become addicted to it. It's all formulated to basically hit your dopamine system. And it's not by accident. They don't care if the food is bad. They only care if it makes you keep coming back so you can keep spending money and they can keep making more money. Their menu is basically designed to hit your brain's reward system and have you craving more. McDonald's food is engineered with an optimized ratio of fat, salt, and sugar to trigger dopamine releases, similar to gambling and drugs, which I talk a lot about dopamine in this video where I speak on sports betting, and you can learn I've talked about the dopamine loop and gamification loop in that video. But that dopamine hit isn't just in sports betting or video games, it also can be into your food. Whether it's making a burger have more sugar or salt than it actually needs, to make you just, to trigger everybody's sugar addiction, or even to create the sugar addiction that a lot of us have. They can engineer food in that way. And McDonald's is a huge proponent of that. They're not trying to feed you, they're just trying to hook you.
I really noticed. I'll eat some, and just a little while later, I'll be hungry again, and I'll want more.
You're getting such a strong insulin spike. Glycemic index on that food is probably so high. You instantly want to refill and replenish that high that you got, which is basically a dopamine hit each time you eat one of those McDonald's meals. And because they're primarily made of quick digestible carbs, the fries, the white bun, you do get hungry real quick.
So let's talk about the kids. McDonald's has a huge emphasis and focus on marketing to kids. They have a huge and overall business model that targets kids, whether it's the Happy Meal, whether it's the toys in the Happy Meal, making brand partnerships with latest kids movies that come out, whether it's the playground, the playhouse or whatever in the restaurants, whether it's the mascots that they used to have with Ronald McDonald and all the other friends and characters that they had in there. There's basically a huge focus that McDonald's clearly have on making sure kids love McDonald's and want to go there and just associate it with a fun time. And it's not that they're just targeting the kids because they just care about the kids and they just love the kids. No, because first, the food isn't even healthy. Like, it's unhealthy. Like, they're targeting very unhealthy food and marketing to kids. And this is not just like, oh, what's the difference between that and ice cream or cookies and cake and all the other kind of stuff, which are just desserts, which are designed to be sweet or unhealthy, a pleasure or whatever. McDonald's is your food, your lunch, your dinner, your breakfast, and all of these foods are just as bad as a cookie, ice cream, cake, and all other stuff. And it's supposed to be your nutrients that you're supposed to be getting to grow and all that kind of stuff. But they're targeting kids to make them want this. And when I say that they don't, it's not because they just care about the kids. What I mean is, I believe that their goal is to get the training in early on that nostalgia that we all have as adults with McDonald's. It started with us as kids. And so they kind of want you to get that training in early to make sure like, okay, you get hooked. You like this food. You always associate it as a good time because when you was a kid, you used to play in the playground or you used to get this cool toy, or it creates all this nostalgia and memories. And if you target the kids, those kids grow up to adults, and those adults have that same thing. So then they start to want to go to McDonald's as well, spend money now that they have their own money. Then they have kids and they have the same nostalgia when they was a kid. So now they bring their kid there, and it creates a loop of the people getting addicted to their food, their unhealthy food that is just hurting us. Now, let's talk about how McDonald's has a huge targeting, not just on kids, but they also target Black communities. Like if you ever drive through a Black neighborhood, there are a lot of McDonald's. There are a lot of other restaurants like Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes, like they're not off the list, but there is a lot of McDonald's, and this is what this video is about. You can see maybe 2-3 McDonald's within a 5-mile radius if you're in a big city. And like there's a lot of McDonald's in there versus when you go to different sides of towns, there are McDonald's there, like McDonald's is everywhere, but there is a clear difference in the amount of McDonald's than there are here. If you really don't believe me, go to wherever your Black side of town is and see how many McDonald's there are, and then try to find a better side of town and compare. Like and it's just the eye test. Like you don't even have to do much. It's just an eye test. You'll see that there's probably 1 McDonald's in the good town to 3 to 5 McDonald's in the Black neighborhoods. And it's not even just in the Black communities. They have a huge marketing effort on targeting Black people in general, whether it's the Black celebrities that can get their own meals that they get to create, whether it's the Travis Scotts or the Saweetie or Angel Reese. Like they have, and they even do other communities. It's not even just the Black community, because I want to say they had a Bad Bunny meal, which targets the Spanish community as well, which is another minority community in America. But McDonald's is definitely have a clear goal of targeting Black people within their marketing just by seeing how they do their marketing. And this works. You have the marketing, then you have them flooded within the community, and it's the only thing that stays open late. So then you just have, and then they're targeting the kids. So now you have like I mentioned before, you have the kids that now turn into adults, and so you have this loop of them just targeting black kids, Black communities, and the people in general. And there's even studies on this. So apparently Black children see 50% more fast food ads than white children, meaning they intentionally oversaturate Black audiences. And as I mentioned before, McDonald locations are predominantly in Black neighborhoods, which are also, it doesn't make it better, these are also a lot of food deserts in these Black neighborhoods, meaning they don't have a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff in those neighborhoods. And then you have McDonald's come in and exploit that, selling just unhealthy food to this community. So their workers, I'm gonna tell you how much money McDonald's has made in 1 year in profit, not revenue, which the difference is revenue is how much money they generated, and then profit is the amount of money they generated minus all of their expenses. So this is their profit. This is the take home money that McDonald's have in 1 year in profit, $8 billion. And I say that to say McDonald's also has some of the lowest wages they give to their workers.
Excuse my French, but McDonald's got shit fucked up. Who the fuck is coming to work for $11 an hour? Who the hell are you expecting to wake up every day and check in and clock out for $11 an hour? Do they not know how high rent is? Life be lifing. $11? No wonder why they be so upset when we come through the drive-thru. They don't like their job. I don't like it for them either. $11? How can you survive off of that? I don't think you still can even get food stamps shit up for $11. That is crazy. $11 an hour to come to work every day? That is nothing. You cannot survive off of that. I don't care where you live, what country, what state. That is not enough. You need people to be able to make it today. Come on now. Who the fuck is coming in here? I'm not coming to work for that. You better try again. Play me better. No wonder why we could barely get any service in this damn McDonald's, because they making $11 an hour. I'm not moving either. I'm a snail in that thing. I'm snailing in there. I'm walking. I'm old today. Like, that's crazy as hell. I can't believe that, yo. Nah, that's wild. That's wild. That's disrespectful as hell. See, but think somebody even worth making $11 an hour in this economy here that we live in today, in this America. Talking about God bless America. I shouldn't even be eating this real for real, but still. That is wild. That is crazy. That is ludicrous. That is unimaginable. That is, I don't even know.
Some of the craziest tactics to avoid giving people benefits and benefits to their workers, whether they play with the hours by not giving them full hour shifts, to avoid giving to, because once you reach a certain hour threshold at jobs, you're required to give them benefits like medical benefits, health benefits, and all that kind of stuff. And McDonald's has been accused of playing with those hours as well, giving them under the threshold to make sure they don't have to do that. And so when I mentioned that $8 billion profit that McDonald's has, and this is profit, this is not the expenses. That means that they have way more money that they could divvy out to their workers and employees. But they do all these grimy tactics for their investors, doing everything they can squeeze as much money out the people, us that spend money, and squeeze as much low wages labor out of their workforce that they can, so that the CEOs and the people at the top can just have this excess amount of money, which is just crazy, greedy, just crazy. It's really just crazy. And if you think kind of had some comments where people think like stuff like that is okay, like they just got to get to the bag, I just need to get my bag up. Like, if you think all that stuff is cool, then I think you need to reevaluate what your relationship with money is and how it's influencing you and your humanity. But I digress. Let's continue, because it doesn't even stop there. McDonald's, like I mentioned before, McDonald's has made $8 billion in profit in a year. Majority of their workers don't have enough pay to live off of, so they have to get on government assistance. A lot of McDonald's employees are on SNAP benefits because they're only getting the $12 an hour range. They're not getting full hours, and even if they did, that's still under the average living wage in America. So a lot of these people end up having to get on government assistance, which is SNAPs, Medicaid, and all these other kind of stuff, because they don't have enough pay. And it's not that McDonald's doesn't have the money. They have $8 billion in profit. So it's not that they don't have the money. They just don't care to share the money because they want the money at the top. And so then what's even crazy is not even that just these people are getting on SNAP benefits. Some places in America allow people to spend their SNAP benefits money, their SNAP card, their EBT card. They allow them to spend it at McDonald's. So McDonald's are able to double dip. McDonald's is able to take this money and just get more money, more profits from our taxpaying dollars to go to these programs that they could then use to still pad and get more richer, and the money still just floats up to the top and never comes back down. Like, that's insane. Now let's talk about McDonald's prices. So McDonald's got their claim to fame for not just having fast, convenient food or whatever. It was also that the prices were low. You had dollar menus, you had meal deals, you had value meals, you had all this stuff that you could feed your family for very cheap. That's not the case anymore. McDonald's has drastically been increasing their prices year after year. And then they say it's on inflation. But then when you go and look at the numbers, they're increasing the prices way over inflation. Basically, prices have risen over 100% in the last decade, meaning they're squeezing customers for profit.
Hi, can I help you?
Big Mac, fillet of fish, large fry, chicken McNugget.
Happy Meal.
Happy Meal.
And I'll have a hamburger, small fry, and a Diet Coke. What size Diet Coke will it be? That comes to $10.84, please.
$10.84 for all of this? Let's see how much it costs in today's money. All right, so in my area, a Big Mac is $5.39, filet of fish $4.99, large fries $4.69, 6-piece McNuggets $3.49, Happy Meal $4.39, hamburger $2.59, small fries $2.49, and small drink $1.59. So the total so far is $29.62. With LA tax, that's $32.43. So the price has increased 199%.
And so I'm not telling you what to eat or even what to do with your money. You know, I don't want to tell y'all what to do. I just want to paint out the facts, paint you a different picture of these restaurants that I know I'd never thought about. Like I just started doing research and started learning more and more. And once I learned these things, I'm like, oh, it's deeper to this. Oh, it's deeper to that. Oh, like they really just not caring about us while they're just rich and doing what the rich do. Like just fuck over the working class and the people below. And I feel like we don't talk about it enough, or should be in more outrage on the stuff these companies doing. And it's not just McDonald's, but this is the one I target because they're the #1 fast food chain in America and have a lot of us hooked on nostalgia and stuff. And so I want to talk about them, but Burger King, I'm sure if I do research, has the same problems and tactics they're doing. Wendy's, all of these fast food chains. But McDonald's, I basically made a vow to just not eat them ever again after I learned from that video I suggested where he talked about how bad the food was, because I thought it was just bad, but then I seen how bad it really was. Then to see even more about the prices, to see more about how they treat the workers, how all the stuff they do. It's just crazy. This isn't a food problem. This is a greed problem, a manipulation problem, an exploitation problem, and an overall system problem to allow a company like this to grow this big in America. It almost begs me to ask the question, do America really even care about the people? Which I know the answer on that, but I'm gonna let y'all tell me in the comments what you think. Do America care about its people? Because it's hard for me to believe it, seeing them to allow a company to grow this big, gain this much influence over its people, and it's hurting us health-wise, financially wise, and the job markets that they provide is hurting those people as well, while the people at the top just gets to make all this money and just you know I already said it. And so I'm vowing not to eat them. I hope more people do it. I understand if you still want to do it, you still want to take that risk with your health or whatever your reason may be, you do what you do, but don't say I didn't tell you. And I'll catch you in the next video.